Young men don't have time to live life. So I was watching an interview the other day with that dry Wrangler school guy. You guys know, I think his name's like Dwayne Cole, right? And love the guy, right? He's an older guy. He kind of like dresses like a cowboy, but he was, doing an interview with Ken Coleman, right? And they're all sitting by the campfire, and he was saying that young men shouldn't put pressure on themselves to be successful, get in shape, be with the best girl possible, just basically put so much pressure to be an overall great man, right? And I'm gonna disagree with that, because that mindset where, you can just take your time and get punched in the face and, live life and go experience life, that's cool and everything, but that shit doesn't pay the bills, right? And remember, men are valued and loved based off of what they do, right? We know that. It's seen in your day-to-day experience. It's seen with the opposite sex. It's seen in the workforce, right? A man will not get promoted. A woman will get promoted in a job easier than a man, by far. A man has to provide excellent value, like an overwhelming amount of value compared to a woman to get the same promotion, right? That is the truth. I don't care what anyone says. You have to be picture perfect as a guy to get what you want in life, right? And this idea that men in their 20s, right? Because I think he was trying to say like men in their 20s are burning out. No, we're not burning out. We got bills to pay, right? And I don't know if it's a news flash, but inflation isn't stopping, right? So life is real, right? And again, this isn't the 80s, this isn't the 90s, right? Where times were a little better. This is 2025, right? And again, times are great, right? There's a lot of opportunity, but at the same time, you can't sit here and just live life as a young man. Like, you don't have the time for it. Now, there's those that argue, you can go out once a week, or you can, travel or do this or do that, right? Of course, there's a time and a place for everything. I'm not going to sit here and say you should be just a guy who's completely sold on work and you don't have any feeling or zest for life. Like, of course, life is meant to be enjoyed. But I think the overall theme of what that man was trying to communicate was that you shouldn't put pressure on yourself. And like I said, I disagree with that. I think every young man should put extreme pressure on yourself, right? It's competitive out here, right? For, again, jobs, for women, like, there's a lot of competition for things that we want, right? And as a guy, like, if you don't put pressure on yourself to be excellent, if you don't put pressure on yourself to make more money, to be in the best shape you can, to develop the social skills you need, to develop the people skills you need, to develop the skill set in whatever career or business you're in, then you're going to get left behind, right? And again, are you really living life at that point if you're not making any money, if you don't have any luck with the opposite sex? Like, a fun life for a guy is a life that is going forward in achieving things, right? Whether you're getting better with women, whether you're getting better in your career, whether you're getting better at a martial art, right? Men find, and here's the difference between men and women. Women find joy in novelty. Men find joy in conquering things and learning things and overcoming things, right? And again, obviously everyone can enjoy, like, I'm a guy, right? I can enjoy a great day at the beach. I can enjoy, going out to eat, but like, that's not something I want to live every single day, every week. You know what I mean? And it's like, I feel like that message was sort of being communicated. Now, obviously, right? You don't want to burn yourself out. So, I mean, I do agree with this in the sense that, like, guys shouldn't burn themselves out. Like, obviously you don't want to work 90 hours till you're dead, right? But at the same time, you should still put a lot of pressure on yourself to go out and figure shit out every day, right? Like, and I just don't agree with that mindset where you can just live life, not put any pressure on yourself to be better, to really conquer things. And obviously things take time, right? So you don't want to be a neurotic freak or a neurotic, like, maniac about your success and be like, damn, why am I not successful, right? Why am I not getting the women I want? Why am I fat? Why am I out of shape? Why don't I have the money? Like, obviously you don't want to be insecure about it, because again, obviously as you get older, your value does increase if you put the work in. But at the same time, right, you don't want to sit there and also be complacent and be like, yeah, man, I'm okay where I'm at. Like, honestly, I evaluate myself every day. I know I'm not okay with where I'm at, right? I'm not content with what I have right now. Obviously, I love my girlfriend. I'm content with that. But as far as my development, as far as my skills, I need to develop more, right? In my career, my business, even in my body. I need to be in better shape. I need to eat better. Like, that's the pressure I put on myself. And that's not to say that I'm insecure. That's not to say that I don't value myself. But that's to say I can be better, right? So again, I mean, I don't necessarily disagree with the fact that he's telling guys to, you know, not burn yourselves out. Obviously, you don't want to burn yourself out. But at the same time, it's like that message that you should just kind of, I feel like that message where you can kind of just lay back and like experience life as it comes. It's like, no, as a guy, I'm sorry, you have to be in the initiative every single day, whether it's working extra hours, whether it's, again, doing the dirty work, doing the work that no one else wants to do. Because remember, in your 20s, you have the most energy. And again, you have to stand out, right? Because life's competitive. So if you're not going to do things that most guys don't want to do, like learn a trade, like go to school and get something that's going to pay, or work extra hours, like how are you going to stand out to have the best shot in your career, the best shot in the dating world, right? Like, or again, even in the gym, like how are you going to stand out if you're not in the best shape out of the guys who are there, or out of the guys who are in society? Like, I don't understand that mindset. And again, like, life is competitive. I'm sorry to say that, but especially with men, like, we compete for women whether we realize it or not, right? Through the dating market, through the job market, in the physical world, through our physique, through our body, through our social skills, through our charm, through our wit. Like, everything men do is to compete for women. So to sit here and say that we should just live life, living life doesn't, men don't find joy in life when they're single, sad, depressed, and broke. So again, I'm not saying that that's what he was trying to communicate in that video, but I do think that there's a sense that men should kind of just take their time. And I'm saying, no, don't take your time. You should be on the initiative every single day. You should be working extremely hard every single day. Now, obviously, you do want to take time here and there, not all the time, to go out and enjoy life, whether it's go out to eat. If you're into clubs, I guess I'm not into clubs. Whether you want to go to the beach, right? Do whatever you want to fucking do, right? Life's life. You should enjoy it. But at the same time, I think 90% of the time, men find the most joy when they're conquering things, when they're on the hunt, when they're learning stuff, right? And that's where we get the joy from life. We're not the same as women, right? Again, women find joy in people, right? They want to socialize. They want to have fun. Men don't give a I'm sorry, I'm not going to say it. Men don't give a shit about any of that, really. If men are going to clubs to get laid, they don't care, right? Like, we're not just going to go to a club, right, to dance around and listen to music and do this if there's no potential to get a girl's number and take her home that night, or whatever, set up a date in the future. That's not how men work. That's not how men operate, right? So again, I don't want to sound like a Debbie Downer or like I'm being too harsh, but I do think that that message was kind of skewed in a way, and I don't think a lot of guys should take that advice seriously, right? Because again, life is competitive and men do find joy in doing difficult things. So anyways, guys, that's it. That's all. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, make sure to subscribe. If you guys have any questions, comments, feel free to leave them down below. And as always, I will talk to you guys soon. Peace.